My name is Amy. I'm 39 years old. I have been married for 21 years. I have two kids that are 21 and 19. I work at a global logistics company, and I love to read and volunteer at church, just connecting with people. I wanted to encourage everyone that might have been thinking about going on a mission trip and not thinking that you're qualified. I am nobody special, but through God, He can work through us, and if He can use me on a mission trip, He can use anyone. Going to Haiti last year was my very first mission trip. I had always wanted to go on one, but I always made excuses, whether it was finances or a busy schedule or something going on with the kids or not enough vacation time. I always made excuses as to why I couldn't go. Once I made a decision to go on the mission trip, just speaking with my husband and through prayer, I didn't know how I was going to pay for the trip. We really didn't have the money to make it happen, but I went ahead and put the deposit down, just knowing that God was calling me to do that. And I sent an email to a few family and friends, and within 24 hours my trip was paid for. And I know that had nothing to do with me, and I thank God every day for using other people to help support me. The purpose of the Haiti mission trip is to have a medical missions for the community of Marmalade. And honestly, people travel, once they know that Woodlands Church is coming, they travel from other villages to come to Marmalade to come to the open community clinic. So we're there to mainly build relationships with a couple of the pastors there at Marmalade, and to have an open clinic. And then we also have an orphanage there that we supply medical care for the orphans. And then we also have a farmer field school there in Marmalade that we help educate the farmers how to better farm and get the most out of their crops. Building relationships between us and the Haitians, we're not just giving them handouts. We're truly going hand in hand, helping the Haitians change their own country. So we're not there just giving food and clothes, and we're just teaching them how to better care for themselves. And we are providing some medicine, but it's more than that. It's building relationships and truly just letting them know that they're not alone. And whenever you let someone know that they're not alone in this hard life, then they begin to see hope. When I went to church on Sunday in Haiti, their little church was just a little hut. But the love you felt in that room, and to hear Pastor Isaac talk about the mission of their church. You know, when Woodlands Church first started going to Haiti, they didn't have hope. You know, that little church and orphanage didn't have hope. They were really down. They felt forgotten about. And now to hear their vision is to be just like Woodlands Church, to go out to other villages, other countries, to put business plans together on how to support their community. And just seeing their face and their eyes light up whenever they know that Woodlands Church is not going anywhere. We're here to partner with them for the long haul. And it just brought a deeper meaning on really what it means to really partner with someone, whether it could be our next door neighbor, and it's not giving our next door neighbor a handout, but just a hug and a smile, and just to let them know that we're there for them, and to love on them, and to pray with them, and together we can accomplish anything with God's love and hope. The most surprising thing that happened to me during my trip to Haiti was visiting the farmer field schools. I had always heard about our church and the work we were doing over in the farmer field schools, but truly visiting the farmer field schools and understanding what happened at the schools just really deepened my faith, and it really opened my eyes to how shallow my faith really was. You know, we always talk about taking a step of faith and what that really means. And until I took the journey and visited the farmer field schools and saw what the Haitians have to go through to trust God, it was completely eye-opening. And we spread out throughout the field and we prayed, and I mean, God just showed me so much growth that I need to go through. It was really a truly eye-opening experience, and that really surprised me. Just really being able to see firsthand what our church is doing at the farmer field schools and for the entire country of Haiti. The kids at the orphanage, they're just like our kids. They love to play. They love to play games. They love to play on our phones. They'll walk up to you and say photo, and that means they want your phone. They love to sing and dance and play soccer. They just want hugs and kisses. It's all about building those relationships with them, and they are just like our kids. They argue and they fight, and on the orphanage there's around 49 kids, and when they get upset with one brother or sister, they move on to the next, so they have plenty to choose from. Our last night in Haiti, we were in the orphanage where we stay. It's just it's right next to the orphanage, so we're on the same compound, and so the kids are sleeping in the next building. And in the middle of the night, we could hear the kids singing How Great Thou Art. And just knowing that Woodlands Church is providing a Christian-based atmosphere for these kids, and as they grow up, they are the hope of the future. With God in their heart, they are going to be able to change the country of Haiti. And really loving these kids, it can change the whole future of that country, and it can change our lives. It can change our personal lives, and it was just eye-opening on how much God is working in the country of Haiti. God really showed up for me in Haiti. While I was there, when we were doing the open clinic for the community, He really opened my eyes and my heart to how big relationships are. And the Haitians truly know what really matters in this life. In so many ways, the Haitians are so much richer than us here in America. So while we were doing the open clinic, they would sit out in the heat on wooden benches that are not comfortable to sit on. Most of them were elderly. They would just sit there, no personal space, crammed up on a bench. They wouldn't get frustrated with how long the wait is. They were so thankful and so gracious, and they loved hugs. The language barrier doesn't matter. A smile and a hug goes a long way. He just really, when we go to the doctor, we get frustrated if someone sits next to us and if the wait's too long. And so he just really opened my eyes to what it truly means to love each other, to love your neighbor, to love the one right in front of you. Whether you know their language, whether you know their name, you still have a way you can love each other through this hard life. God really took me on a personal journey while I was in Haiti and after I came home. While I was in Haiti, I saw a lot of poverty that I had never seen in my life. And so I was confused, I was hurt, and I even became angry at God. But through prayer and through reading God's Word, He reminded me that He is a God of restoration. And He reminded me that whenever we turn to God, then He can restore a broken marriage, any relationship, any hurt in our past. And He definitely reminded me what He had rebuilt in my marriage. My marriage was on the brink of divorce, and He restored it. And so He really showed me that when someone or a country will turn to Him, then He can start a new work in them. And so through my personal relationship with God, when I came home, He showed me that He had blessed me with so many things, and I wasn't being a good steward of those things. Through Pastor Carey, he tells us that we're blessed to be a blessing. And I always knew that that was true, but I wasn't really sharing my blessings with other people. I was holding on to them, and, I would tithe, but I would only do what I had to do. So just really learning what it means to be a blessing to others. It was truly a life-changing experience, and only God can work through us in that way. So if anything I said today stirred up any excitement, any curiosity, pray about it. And, if God gives you peace about it, then reach out to me if you have questions, or act on it. Put a deposit down on a trip, and don't think that God's going to lay out the plan in front of you. He won't give you all the answers, but just take a step of faith, and He will see you through it to the end.